guys, my name is Tia. Today I'm going to talk about Manic Panic hair dye to hopefully help some of you a bit answer your questions, because before I started using Manic Panic hair dye I didn't really find the answers that I needed to my questions. So yeah, let's get right into it. Before I used Manic Panic, I used directions. I have a jar here mainly for size comparison, but yeah, that's what they look like. Directions, I'm not really a fan of them. They made my hair pretty spotty. I didn't really like them. The colors weren't as nice, and when I washed the dye out, it didn't wash out evenly. It got this really messy color. As you can see, I had pink hair and it turned orange. It wasn't really a nice color. And another negative thing about Directions hair dye is that it stained everything I laid on. And I'm not talking about wet hair. When my hair was dry, it would stain things. We have a white couch downstairs. My mom loves it. And I had pink hair dye and I laid on the couch and the couch was pink. Emergency for my mom. She hated it. She hated it so much. She supported me dyeing my hair, but that was no fun. At the end of the day, my shirt was also stained with whatever color was on my hair, and hair dye is supposed to dye your hair, not everything surrounding you. So after a year, I think, I switched to Manic Panic hair dye. I've been using Manic Panic for 2 years, I think. I've had many colors. I just don't even remember all of the names, but I really love them. The colors are, as you can obviously see, very, very vibrant. They have many colors. They have nice names. I love the names so much. And they also have a big range of colors. So if you're looking for a good color, go to Manic Panic, because you will be satisfied. Manic Panic hair dye. They sell it in bottles, amplified bottles. I think they have around 115 milliliters, whatever. Yeah, 180 milliliters. They sell the bottles and they also sell jars. The jars have the same amount of dye in them. They're practically the same, only with the difference that the amplified bottles, the dye lasts better. And it's why I use the bottles, also because I don't really like the dye out of the jar, if that makes sense. It it had kind of a weird consistency when we bought it, but I'll get to that later on. So I've had many colors, as I said before, mainly purple, pink, blue, something like that, because I'm too scared to try things like red or green because of how pale I am, and I probably end up looking like a clown. So my favorite dye, I think, has got to be this one. I dyed it just yesterday. It's Voodoo Blue, and what I'm really happy about is I bleached my hair before I used the dye, and it turned pretty orange at some spots my hairdresser had messed up. But as you can see, the color still applied evenly, except at some streaks at the back, because we didn't buy enough dye. We only bought one bottle, and when we ran out of dye, when we were almost finished, my mom put some water in the dye so it was a bit more. So yeah, those streaks are a bit lighter than the rest, but you don't really see it, and the color is so vibrant you don't really look at where the dye is not as bright or whatever. The color is actually much more brighter in real life than it is on camera. It's actually kind of lame on camera. It's really bright. It screams, "Hello, I'm here" in real life. My friends spotted me from like 100 meters away today at school. They were like, "I've seen you for a long time now," because it really is bright. It really shimmers. You can see it from, I don't know, probably from the mountain out of my window. And I love it so much because it's this really nice teal color. I originally, sorry. At first I had planned to put blue streaks in it as highlights with Bad Boy Blue, but I liked the actual color of Voodoo Blue so much that I decided against it and just wanted to use pure Voodoo Blue. I can't really say anything about how this dye will turn out when I wash my hair because I haven't washed my hair since yesterday, and I don't think it will fade fast because this far with the fading of Manic Panic hair dye I'm really satisfied. As I said before, directions don't really fade nice. In my opinion, Manic Panic fades really nicely because the color washes out evenly. It stays the color it is for a bit. It just gets a little bit lighter with each wash, and it doesn't turn messy or turns into an ugly color because it stays the same. It just gets lighter with each wash, and it's what I really like about Manic Panic hair dye, because I had to re-dye my hair basically every 2 weeks with directions because it just didn't look nice, and as a student I don't have that much money to dye my hair every 2 weeks. But I'm really satisfied with how Manic Panic fades. Even the purples, when I had directions purple, it went out after like 2 washes and the purple was gone. I really like Purple Haze by Manic Panic. I've used it to get a lavender color with conditioner. It stayed that lavender color for a while, and generally I really like mixing Manic Panic colors. It's really easy to achieve pastel colors. It's not hard, you can't do anything wrong. There's kinda the rule, the hair dye of Manic Panic, when you apply it to your hair, it's what it will look like later. So it's pretty easy with pastel colors as well. Just get some conditioner, mix it together until you get a light color, try it out on a hair streak if it works or not. If not, add a bit more color, and then you will get really nice pastel colors, especially Cotton Candy Pink. It's gorgeous when you mix it with pastel. No, you don't mix it with pastel, you make it pastel by mixing it with conditioner. It's a really gorgeous baby pink. It will turn your hair into a super nice blonde afterwards. Or Purple Haze becomes a really nice purple. Bad Boy Blue becomes a pure light blue, baby blue. It's really nice as well. About the drawer. I've always wanted to dye my hair black. My dad doesn't allow me to dye my hair black. Yeah, he allows this, but not black, I know. So my mom eventually gave in and she was like, let's buy a Raven by Manic Panic. You can apply a bit to your, a bit to the top of my hair. I'm sorry, I kind of forgot the word. To my roots. I can apply black to my roots, kind of drag it down to a grayish tone, and that's what we did. It wasn't my mom's fault. My mom is very good at dyeing my hair, otherwise I wouldn't let her. I've read not so good things about Manic Panic Raven. For some people it turned the hair a bluish undertone. For me it was a greenish undertone. The consistent, it wasn't really a nice form, whatever it was in. I don't think you can see it anymore, but as you can see, it is not really what the Manic Panic hair dye usually looks like. Kinda like pudding, so it was kinda weird. You can also see at the, here at the jar, it's more of a greenish tone, and it's what it turned out like on my hair as well. My hair was a dark green, not really black, but let me tell you, even that color, that was a mistake. It was really nice. It was a super gorgeous dark green. It washed out nicely as always, and after about a month or 2 I had the light gray hair I wanted. And so you can see, even the mistakes of Manic Panic turn into wonderful things. But like I said, I prefer the amplified bottles. They're just easier to apply the dye to your hair. They last 30% longer, I think. And also another plus point is, I don't know how many dyes have it, but or if it's even in the jars, but The Manic Panic Amplified Cotton Candy Pink, it glows under black light. I don't really spend my time in black light, but if you do, I think it would be pretty rad to have pink glowing hair. But as I said, I don't really got to test it out to see if it actually glows. That's not my kind of thing to do. Yeah. So if you want to dye your hair, go for Manic Panic. It fades nice, it has many colors, you can't do anything wrong. I can't even say it any other way. It's safe for idiots. You can be, I don't know, you can be really stupid and it will work as well. I'm not saying you're stupid, but it would work if you were. It also, it makes it easy to make really nice color fading into another. I'm sorry, my English isn't that good. It's easy to mix colors as well. You can get everything you want. You just buy the right dye for it, the right shade. But that won't be a problem because they have so much. You will be satisfied. I'm satisfied. I'm glad I switched to Manic Panic. My stuff isn't stained anymore, except if you shower. Keep in mind that if you have dyed hair and you shower, your hair will stain it when it touches something and it's still wet. Like, I have to use blue towels because otherwise my mom would kill me for staining her towels. Sorry. It washes out anyways, but still, she's not very too kind with things when it comes to cleaning. And I can lay around on a white couch without it being blue afterwards. I can sweat without staining myself. But you should also keep in mind that take care of your things when you dye your hair. I've seen many people complaining about Manic Panic hair dye staining really bad, like their carpet or whatever, but generally I advise you to take out anything that could be stained out of the bathroom when you dye your hair, because if you don't, you shouldn't be surprised about your stuff getting stained, because yeah, what did they expect? It stains your skin, but you can get it off with soap. It's not that drastic. My fingernails are kind of green now, but I'm not really bothered by that. And I can't say anything negative about Manic Panic. It's also vegan, so it's not being tested on animals. I mean, if that's what you're into, I've seen people use Manic Panic on their pets, I think. I'm not sure if that is a good idea, but people did it, and the pets are still unharmed and alive, but I still wouldn't advise you to do it unless you do some research first. But go for Manic Panic. Let me tell you, don't go for directions. At least I haven't made positive things with it. I don't really have good memories about it. My hair looked a mess back when I used Manic Panic. I looked a mess when, not Manic Panic, directions. I should take care of what I'm talking about. Also about the price, in Germany, the Manic Panic amplified bottles are around $15, I think. The jars should be the same because it's the same. I don't really remember what directions, how much that cost. I think it was around the same price or even a bit cheaper. I just looked into the jar. It has 89 milliliters of dye in it. I don't know how mixing pastel colors works with directions. Like I said, it works very well with Manic Panic. I'm glad it does because I like pastel colors. It didn't really work out before. Yeah, it's the best hair color I've managed to get before. I'm glad I switched to Manic Panic, and I will stay with Manic Panic for as long as I can still dye my hair like this, because the colors, like I said, there are many. They're beautiful, they're bright. They also have really nice greens and reds. Like I said, I don't really can get myself to use them as much as I would like, but they have everything you're looking for. So if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments. I'll try to answer them, because like I said, I don't want you guys to have any questions open and just go dye your hair like that because you didn't find any proper answers for your questions like I did. I mean, I don't have anything to regret, but anyways. There aren't really tips I can give you for hair dye, I guess. If I would, I could. You can't really do anything wrong except bleaching maybe your hair before, except if you already have very light hair. My hair was kind of grayish white. I don't have any own color pigments left in my hair, so they soaked the color up. They always did that, but now they only seem to get more thirsty, I guess. And for my hair, it's pretty thick, and you could say long if that floats your boat, whatever. I don't really see them as long, but I used one amplified bottle, and I think I should have used like 1 1/3, so I wouldn't have the stains on the back of my head. I think you can see it a bit here. They're a bit lighter green here. So if you have hair like me, you should buy 2 bottles just to be safe. Unless you want to mix pastel colors, then you should be fine with 1 bottle and tons of conditioner. And yeah, that's it. I can't really say anything else about it except that I'm very satisfied with Manic Panic, and I can't wait to see what color will come next. Okay, goodbye guys. I hope it helped. If not, I guess my mission failed, but yeah. See you next time, I guess, if there's a next time, but